Hey, so we're working in the garden, trying to get the fence up. The rest of the way around it. I just finished a review of this Thunderbay auger, earth auger. It's got an 8-inch auger bit on it. I don't know if you can tell or hear me, but I'm already winded, and that's from running that thing. But link down below to check out that video. Take a look at that if you're interested in this auger. We're gonna try to get this fence set up. I can't wait to show you actually like what happened from yesterday to today. So remember yesterday, which would have been the last video. I'm sorry if I didn't get this out in a day. Yesterday, we watered those green beans. Some of them were starting to come through and we watered them. And I can't wait to show you like what happened since we watered those green beans. We are, I'm running chicken wire fencing around the outside of this, hopefully to keep stinking rabbits out. The deer don't like to jump. The deer haven't historically liked to jump our fence to get in the garden. Saying that, I probably just screwed us for the rest of this year. We're gonna try to get some plants in the ground over here. We got some tomatoes and some peppers that are still waiting to go in the ground. That's gonna hold that good. But check this out. Can you see that row? And that row? And that row? Look how much the green beans popped up overnight. Man, I was so pumped. We come out here, we've got green beans. Now, remember I said that we like to double plant green beans, and they look really thick in there, and they are. So we're going to go through, once they come up, because we still have some spots, like there's some bare spots here. If you kind of look real close, there are plants trying to come up. So there's still plants coming up out of the ground. I mean, this is just in 24 hours, a little bit over for 24 hours. We went from having like 5 that were barely to like a high majority of them ready to go, like out of the ground. I'm ready for rain now, like very close to ready for rain. Like if it rained tomorrow, that'd be awesome. Although I don't think it's supposed to rain until later this week. So, yay, green beans. So what to go through and kind of thin those out. They are a little heavy just because we double planted them. But hey, that's just part of it. That's why we double planted them, so that if I just stepped into my green bean row. That's why we double planted it, so that if some didn't come up, we'd still have plenty, weed out, and be able to have exactly what we wanted. Our garden is coming together amazingly right now. The tomatoes are looking great. Actually, the next thing we're going to have to do is get some trellis up and start those vines. The squash have that mildew on them. I don't know what that is. I had Vanessa get some peroxide, so we're gonna spray like a 4 ounce to a gallon mixture of peroxide on those to try to clear that up. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, no sneeze. But the real thing that we're trying to focus on right now is we have plants still that need to go in the ground. We've got peppers, we've got tomatoes for Vanessa's mom that she's going to grow here. They are not in the ground. We are in June. They are not in the ground. They need to be in the ground. So we have to get this fenced off, this fence finished off, so that we can get that in the ground. So I'm going to keep putting these posts in the ground, and then we'll see about getting the fence up. I'm gonna move to the next corner and we'll set up the camera and see, you know, a little action there on this auger. I think we're gonna go right there. Okay, so this thing is a I know I'm not in frame, sorry. On switch. On switch, little throttle, pull the starter cable. And you saw that. I hit the off switch after all that crap. I hit the off switch off all that. Way to go, dummy. You're welcome, YouTube. You're welcome. So, okay, so hole done. Get another post in there. I've done 3 posts so far. I got 2, I had 6. We got 3 left to do. That one was a little tougher because I started hearing the grass. You guys see me out of breath like every day. I'm not that out of shape. I've got 3 left to do. You know, that one's a little slower as far as getting down. The other 2 holes that I've dug, and you can see it on the review if you want to watch those, they dug pretty good and fast, and I just assume simply because it was in the garden, that ground's been worked. A lot of that moisture is not stayed up at the top. It's really dried out from, you know, run the tiller, the Mantis, and that big Countryway tiller. So let me go get from running the Mantis and Countryway tiller. So a lot of that ground was dry on top. It's probably pulled some of the moisture up around it up. This was wet all the way through, so a little bit more difficult of a run, but you know, not the end of the world. I'm gonna get another pole, and then we're gonna get the rest of these done and then start working on our fence. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put these 5 up because I don't know. I think I'm just gonna put 5 up. The heat, like, that auger whacked me in the shin. So I'm gonna get, I at least want to get this fence up because I've left this open, exposed. So I want to get the fence put up on these 5. We might go through, we might go back later and add in another fence post over here, over there somewhere, and then put another gate. I'm gonna put a gate right here. So this is why I left this the way. Plenty of room to get lawnmower in there, to get everything, lawnmower, wheelbarrow, whatever. We can get a wagon in there. I can mow it. If I can get a mower in there, I can mow it without having to take the fence down this fall. You know, mow the green beans down. This back section, what I'm gonna do is, I don't know exactly how I'm gonna handle it yet, but I'm gonna put chicken wire down here, but it's not gonna be permanent. I'm gonna be able to easily like undo it. I might do it the same way that I did that fence down there. I used just a 2x4 and screwed that into this fence post, and then when I wanted to get that fence out, I just loosened it up and rolled the fence back. That way I have a straight shot for the whole garden for the tiller. Man, my shin is killing. Like, it's been a long day. My weed eater's not running, so I'm not real thrilled about that. The lawnmower's not running. It's like when it gets hot, it won't restart. I think that's like the ignition. I don't know, it's not a coil, but it's like a, I don't know what it's called. But I have to take like that top guard off, I think, to replace that. But it only happens when it's hot, and that seems to be the symptom or the solution. We're coming along with the garden. I'm gonna go get the hammer and some nails. We like staples, like big staples, fence staples, and get this fence, get it going here. There's been a lot of like deer tracks already through this garden this spring, so I definitely need to do something to keep them from eating all these tomatoes, or eating all the tomatoes, or eating all the, what are those things called? Peppers. Eating the peppers. They don't really care about the tomatoes. They'll eat the crap out of peppers, and they'll eat green beans like nobody's business. They left the sunflowers alone, so that was good. I just wanted to show, we've got 2 posts nailed. We've got 3 left. What I want to show, this is the end of the garden. So I like to run that tiller, that big tiller, a long ways. So I need to get into at least one side. The compost is on the other side. So this is our side here that I like to be able to open up and be able to run the tractor through. So what I'm going to do is, we've already nailed this section of wire, of fencing, to the other side, other post on the other side of this opening. And what I'm going to do is cut back here down with a pair of wire cutters, and I'm going to roll this out of the way. Then I'm going to take this fence and nail it in, and then I'll bring a board and we'll set that board here and screw that board. It's a pressure treated 2x4. We'll screw that 2x4 into with this fence wrapped around it. So that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to start by just cutting this back. Okay. So that allows us to take this piece we cut and kind of make it more of a permanent here. So we can wrap that around a little bit. So we've got plenty of coverage. Where's those nails? Thank you. So we're just gonna staple this in. Okay, so now we're gonna pull that direction. We're gonna pull the fencing. But let me go get this 2x4 and set up. Okay, so this one's, what we'll do is we'll take this 2x4 and we're just gonna screw it in there after we get our fence. So fencing is all done. Can we see this? Fencing all done. I cut out earlier, sorry, my phone or my camera ran out of storage. My luck today hasn't been fantastic. I'm not complaining, just little stupid things have happened. From the weed eater not running to the weed eater not running, the mower acting up. We made pizza on the grill for dinner, and we have a pellet grill, and we had shut it off, and I was watching it, and it's smoking out of like the pellet hopper bin. So just those kind of things, like a stupid thing like that. Why is that happening? I don't know. Could it catch on fire? Probably. It didn't. I messed with it. There's one last field of soybeans. There's one last field of soybeans that I haven't looked to see if they've come up. I know they've germinated, but it would be fantastic if we were to get those up out of the ground and then some rain on it. Okay, guys, thanks for hanging out today. Thanks for taking a walk through with the garden, watching me put that together. If you have any questions, post it, ask them down below in the comments. If anything you want to add, anything you want me to cover or go over, let me know. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks. Switching gears, I just walked up here to the house where the cars, and look at this stinking bird. There's one, there's two, there's three.